Oh my god, but you guessed it. Welcome, y'all. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are not new here, welcome. Cheers. You know I love a cheers moment. And double fisting. Heyo, because today we're talking about prosperity, and I'm going to talk about some of my favorite prosperity hacks. Do you hear what I'm saying? Cheers. Let's break a motherfucker down, shall we? All right, prosperity. What do you think of when you hear the word prosperity or abundance? What comes to mind? Pop her in the comments. What comes to mind? I think about all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. But you know, it wasn't until maybe in the past few years that I really understood that depending on how we're focused, we can be prosperous in anything, including the unwanted. If we're focused on the unwanted, we get the unwanted. So, you know how I work. I want some real-time moments, some actionable steps that I can apply in doing the thing, not just understanding the concept. Oh, okay, Shanti Tig. So if I focus on what's wanted, then I get what's wanted. Well, how do I focus on the thing that's wanted for long enough that it manifests when I'm so used to habitually focusing on negativity for whatever reason? Because I was nurtured that way by my parents and social media and the whatever, the news, or whatever, fear mongering. Who knows? I mean, there's all kinds of contributing hypnotic factors, right? So we really want to flex the muscle of being in command of our own self-appointed hypnosis, and that is how we can take that actionable step or more actionable steps into focusing on the shit that we want in a way that is like yes, instead of like, oh no, I don't have it. Okay. I feel really close. Do you feel close? Should we get closer? Ooh. I'm gonna break down some of my faves, all right, that you can try today. Yes, sir? Sir or ma'am? Enter. One of my first and favorite homework assignments that I typically give to clients, and something I still do years later to this day, is this. First, let's start with a question. And I've talked about this before in different episodes, so it might be a repeat for you, might be, new for some of you. If you're at the grocery store, and I know that they don't typically do this very much anymore because of whatever reason. So let's say you're at the grocery store and whoever is helping you out with your groceries, whether it's the person who's bagging them or the clerk or whatever, asks you if you would like help out with your groceries. What do you think your typical response would be? Would it be, oh no, no thank you, I got it? Or would it be like even like, oh God, right, whatever, maybe even like a more of a kind of a yuck no? Or would it be like, oh my God, yeah, thank you so much. Cool, right? That'll be fun. All right, take a moment. What's your response? Mine used to be, oh no, 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 thank you, I got it. Thanks though, right? My current response is, yes, thank you so much. That'd be great. Not because I need help, but because I understand that all prosperity, all abundance, anything I want to attract in my life is going to be directly related to the things that are already showing up in my life, inviting me to participate. Okay? Do you hear that? The lover, the money, the house, the whatever, the health is all related to the person opening up the door for you, the person asking if you would like help to your car with your groceries, whatever. All right, so that is step one to one of my favorite kind of prosperity hacks is change your behavior around allowing yourself to receive stuff, not because you need it, but because you get to have it. Because all abundance and prosperity is related. Why? Because you're the center point of attraction. It's all about you, honey, okay? So if you're out there in the world turning independence into isolation and wondering why you don't have the lover, have the money, have the this or the that, is because you're literally repelling abundance and calling it independence, but really creating this kind of energy of isolation. It doesn't make you any less of a person, or it doesn't make you weak, a weak person, to accept help or assistance or playtime, right? I like to call, I see it as playtime. Ooh, yay, let's play. That's how I see it now. Oh, we get to co-create. Yay, let's play. Playtime. All right, so that's my invitation for you. Number one, bring awareness to like, okay, well, am I really just like repelling abundance over here and then like complaining because I don't have what I want to what I desire over here? Yeah, there's this this kind of like reality trans surfing kind of 101 that I like to follow, which looks like take the importance out of what it is that you desire. And one of the ways, I'll kind of reword that. You want the thing. You're focused on the thing, but you're focused on the thing and you're focused in a way where I don't have the thing that I want that I'm focused on. All right. The best and easiest way, I believe, to take the importance out of the thing that you want that you don't have currently is pivot your focus over here and practice your abundance and prosperity over here, while this over here can actually go, oh, there she is, can find you. You have to be a match to the thing that you want. And focusing on the thing that you want in a way where I don't have it yet isn't becoming a match to the thing that you want. You gotta dial in your frequency. You gotta dial in the vibes, man. But like for real, dude, like this is physics, all right? All right, so taking the importance out of the thing that you want by going and having playtime over here with the person who's gonna walk you to the car and help you out with your groceries, not because you need it, but because you get to have it. And we're here to co-create, we're here to have fun, we're here to play and understand that all prosperity and all abundance is related and you get to have it. Just because this is incarnation, this is physical life, make the most of it. All right, so that is kind of like the first little snippet and one of my all-time favorite prosperity hacks. Now, the second piece to this is start asking for help. This is a big one. You thought the first assignment was wild. Now you get to ask for help. And in like a fun way, right? Now, don't ask for the big stuff. Ask for like, maybe you work in an office. Hey, homegirl, while you're over there, could you grab me a pen? When I was working in person in a healing center, and I'd assign this homework to a client, I would tell the person, okay, you're gonna leave this office and you're gonna go to the receptionist, you're gonna ask for a pen and paper, and I don't give a shit what you write on it, but you're gonna go practice asking for something. Not because you need it, but because you get to have it. So that's the next piece. Go ask for stuff, not because you need it, but because you get to have it. And I think the easiest way is kind of asking for mundane kind of things, right? Pen, paper, napkin at the coffee shop, whatever. Okay, think of something easy breezy, fucking beautiful, that you don't get too caught up in your head, that yes, it requires communication with other people, and definitely be mindful of stranger danger. We're not like asking you to do something that like genuinely is like a no-no, but it's good to get out of your comfort zone, especially if you've been living in isolation and pretending it's independence and then repelling the prosperity that's already yours. You just need to catch your vibration up to it. And this is how. All right, so step number 2, go ask for help. Pen, paper, napkin, easy breezy, beautiful. Yes, and then just, oh, thank you so much, right? Again, not because you need it, but because you get to have it, and this is playtime. Okay, now we're going to get into more of a yogic teaching. And the yogic teaching is using mantra. One of the mantras that I use daily, both in a group, in class, and just like on my own throughout the day, is chanting the word HAR. And a lot of these ancient mantras it's not so much about what the translation is, what the mantra means, but it's what the sound creates. So a little kind of dip of the toe is the roof of the mouth acts as kind of like the starry sky, so to speak, and with each kind of like meridian point or pressure point on the roof of the mouth, we could say it somewhat mirrors the constellations in the sky. We could say that the constellations in the sky are like this access code, as are the pressure points or meridian points in the roof of the mouth. And so when we use a mantra and we pair the precise movement of the tongue, pairing that with a very commanded breath and pump of the navel, in which it pairs with the movement of the tongue, we can really type in a very specific access code that sound then creates the experience. Okay, so H-A-R, but we're going to pronounce it with, while the R is kind of retroflexed, so the tongue goes back against the roof of the mouth when we're chanting it, so it kind of sounds like H-U-D, hud, 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 and I am pumping the air out through a powerful kind of movement where I draw the navel towards my spine as the tongue hits the roof of my mouth. And that combination is kind of this like actualization of here and now. Yes, here it is commanded, here you go. Okay. All right, so a fun little way to use the H-A-R, the HUD, is kind of use it as a bookend. Declare, identify what it is you want, and then declare it chanting HUD maybe 1 to 3 times, and then stating your declaration of desire, and then closing with HUD chanted 1 to 3 times is such a wild and profoundly impactful prosperity practice that I use all the time, and hot damn does it work. I also have a very deep Kundalini yogic practice that I've had for years. I'm very, very devoted, but here's the thing, you don't need to be a devoted yogi to use some of this technology with high vibrational intent, meaning like you're not gonna have the full power of the technology if you're using this shit with sinister intent. You will though have access to the full potency of the technology if you are using this with high vibe intent, with an open heart. Yeah, so for example, I'm looking for a new wonderful place to live for myself and my daughter that really feels like kind of like our new party palace. Yes? All right. So for example, I would go hud, hud, hud. Party palace for me and baby girl that feels like fun and flow and ease and yes. Hud, hud, hud. That's an example. So fill in the blanks. Do with this as you will, all right? This is we just went over 3 power fucking packed prosperity hacks that I use all the freaking time in my life, and this is stuff that I assign for my clients as homework, and hot damn, does this shit make a freaking dent. You're in command. This is your life experience. You call the shot, okay? Game maker shit. Can I get a cheers? Woo! Mushroom coffee, chasing it with some reverse osmosis water. Freaking B Squad. Sending y'all so much love. Let me know how this is landing. If you're putting it into practice, let your girl know how it's going. If you have questions, pop them in the comments. Happy to answer them as best as I can. Just sending you all so much freaking love. All right. Satnam. Blessed be. Fuck yes.